audio on demand from Vision Christian Media.
Exploring faith and the future. Neil Johnson and Bible teacher Dr. Kameel Majdali.
Enjoying some deep appreciation of the Bible. And last time we were talking about the Old Testament and the way it's made up, Kameel. The Old Testament being the Jewish part of the Bible. Today let's talk about the New Testament, like the Christian part of the Bible.
The Christian part of the Bible, that's right. And first of all, I want to make it clear that I believe the whole Bible is the Christian Bible. The whole Bible is pointing to the Savior. And that every book of the Bible has a portrait of Christ that, as it were, is a big piece of an even bigger puzzle showing us the nature of God and of his Son, Jesus. When it comes to the New Testament, of course, it's an amazing thing, to say the least. And we can view the New Testament from the prism of several subdivisions. First of all, we've got 4 Gospels. And those Gospels are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The first 3, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, are called the Synoptic Gospels because they have some range of similarity. It means synoptic. They're seeing everything together. The Gospel of John is very distinct. It is in a class of its own, very personal, written by one of the people who was closest to Jesus in the earthly life, and that's John, the beloved disciple, or the disciple whom Jesus loved. So its perspective is unique. In fact, Gospel of John spends half of its content focusing on the last week of Jesus before his crucifixion and including his crucifixion. So you have the 4 Gospels. Matthew is the kingly Messiah represented by a lion. And Mark is the tireless servant of the Lord represented by the ox. And Luke is of the perfect man, Jesus Christ, Son of God, Son of Man. So image of the perfect man. And the Gospel of John is the spiritual gospel, the heavenly image. And so he's represented by an eagle. And those 4 symbols, the lion, the ox, the perfect man, and the eagle, are, of course, the 4 faces of the wheel within the wheel in Ezekiel. And even, of course, you find similar metaphors in the book of Revelation. And that's just the Gospels alone.
And Gospels are fairly special, aren't they, Kameel? Because they're not just historical, they're not just biographical. There's a special intention about the Gospels, and it's almost a unique form of literature on its own.
You got it right there, Neil. They are more than biography, and they're more than history. What the Gospels are, they are evangelism, basically, or an apologetic. They are written with a special purpose in mind. In fact, I can summarize that purpose of the 4 Gospels in 2 verses found in John 20. Since we're talking about the Bible, let's hear the words of the Bible. John 20 and verse 30 and 31. And truly, Jesus did many other signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book. But these are written. That doesn't just apply to John's gospel. It applies to all 4 gospels. These are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ. When you say he's Christ, that means he's the Messiah, the Son of David, the soon-coming King. So the Gospel of John and the other Gospels written that you may believe Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God. We have to believe he is God to save us and that he is man to die for us, as Bob Gass has famously put it. That you may believe he's the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you may have life in his name. These verses summarize the wonderful intent of the Gospels.
Faith and the Future with Neil Johnson and Dr. Kameel Majdali from Teach All Nations. For more from Dr. Majdali, including books and DVDs on prophecy, Bible commentaries, plus today's and other episodes of Faith and the Future, go to vision.org.au.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.